How to buy a computer that supports multiple monitors. When shopping for a new desktop computer, I'd like to get one that allows me to use 2 monitors. Is that something that most current generation video cards can do in late 2012? Or do I need to search for a specific graphics card or specific attributes for a card? I've Googled the question, but most answers talk about how to figure out if a computer that you already have can support dual monitors, generally by plugging 2 monitors and seeing if they both work. Is there some key terminology that I'm missing in my searches?
If you're buying a desktop computer, check the graphic card. If it's integrated, it usually doesn't support multi-monitor configurations. If it has a separate graphic card, check the model of the card, then look at the card specifications. Note that NVIDIA GT 630 isn't enough. Producers use that chipset on different boards. However, nowadays only really cheap cards has only one monitor connector. With $50 you can buy a decent card if you don't play games with your PC. If you're buying a laptop, usually they have one DVI/VGA connector for the second monitor and the integrated monitor.
Two monitors is simple for modern computers to accomplish. If you want more than 2, you will need to make sure you get a graphics card strong enough to support it, as well as the proper connectors. For 2 monitors though, just make sure that it includes the necessary ports. Most bargain PCs only provide one video out port. If this is the case, you will need to purchase either an internal graphics card with the needed ports, or buy a USB video converter, cheaper, but not as nice of a picture. For laptops, look into docking stations. These almost always provide at least 2 video ports for the purpose of multiple monitors.
In this day and age, if the card has multiple outputs, it can support multiple monitors. ATI/AMD cards can drive up to 6 outputs independently, while NVIDIA cards can drive 2 independent outputs, or 3 joined outputs plus 1 independent output. See NVIDIA 3D Surround for info. These limits are per card if the system has multiple graphics cards acting independently, or per card group if you're working with SLI. Intel's Integrated Graphics, GMA, or the newer graphics that come with Sandy Bridge and Ivy Bridge processors, can drive at least 2 monitors. On a laptop, if the system has an external connector for the monitor, it can drive the internal display plus an external monitor. Driving multiple external monitors, or with a docking station, makes things more tricky and vendor-specific. Pretty much any system or graphics card you buy new today will support at least 2 displays as long as you have a place to actually hook up the second display.
Well, for just a computer that can support dual monitors, you want to look at the adapters. Video port reference from Doctormo. Basically, you want a video card that has 2 of one of the above ports. The best bets would be 2 of one kind, since you then know that they are compatible. 2 VGA, or older video, 2 DVI, higher-end video, 1 DVI and 1 VGA, or mid-range video. Try and make sure at least 2 of the ports are in a similar area of the back. If one is up high on the back and one is down low, the computer likely has an AND board and dedicated video card, which may or may not work as a dual monitor computer. Only go for the HDMI or S video if you know you can support those output types, which usually requires a semi-modern or modern television. Most modern monitors use the large DVI interface, but there are adapters between DVI and VGA. If you are interested in learning more about ports, visit the source of the above image at their page.
If you want to support the channel, please consider liking and subscribing.